All right guys, so this week we're out in Brant, Michigan, and there's two cars that have been sitting here since the late 70s in this barn, a 1963 Dodge and a 1950 International. So let's open up these doors and see how dusty these cars got. All right guys, so we're inside the barn. We got a first look at the car, first time the son has actually touched it. Mark, the owner here, has actually given the car to his son because he wants to see this car back on the road. We're gonna help by detailing the car and getting it one step closer to going back on the road and seeing what condition it's all in. So Mark, I got a few questions for you. When did you park this car?
The plate says 79. We drove it in here and parked it where it is. So it was still running, just not as good as it could have been. I had other cars and I figured it was time to just let this one rest a while. I didn't know it was going to rest this long. This is my first car.
This was your first car?
Yes. I believe the price was $100 and I don't remember what kind of mileage it had on it. Yeah. It was to be shared between my sister and me. I made sure it had the biggest tires on the front I could find because it steered hard. I kind of wanted the car for myself, so she said it steered like a tank, so the name of the car is Tank. And I made sure it would steer as hard as possible.
Well, I'm excited to see this thing out of the barn, so we got some stuff to move, and we're going to chain this up and drag it out of here and get this thing cleaned up. Thanks for your time, Mark, and let's start moving things around.
Okay.
All right, so we're going to hook up the Dodge, and then next week we're going to get that International out of here and detail that. So stay tuned for that. But right now, let's get that Dodge out of here. Okay, is it good? She's rolling on this side. All right, you're good. All right guys, so we got the Dodge on the trailer and we're about to head back to Travers to get it washed up. Michael, I know that you're the one that's receiving the car from your dad here, and are you excited to see it cleaned up?
Oh, you betcha.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited to clean it up and bring it back to you and show it to you. So,
awesome.
You know, I'm excited for you to work on this car and get it back on the road, and I'm sure that you're excited for it too.
Yeah, it'll be good to see it rolling.
All right, well, I'm gonna shut the door and we're gonna head on out.
All right.
Hey, thanks for your time, Michael. Thanks for your time, Mark.
Yep.
All right, so we got the car back to the shop. This is a 1963 Dodge 440 that's been sitting in the barn since 1978 or 79, he said, so this thing is filthy. The exterior is completely covered in dirt and dust because it sat inside of a barn where they used a lot of farm equipment and the ground is all dirt, so coming in and out of there for, the past, so many years, this thing has gotten really filthy, and I'm sure there's some mice inside that have made a home. So before we start washing on it, let's open it up under the hood, in the trunk, inside the doors. Let's see what's going on inside of it and what we're working with today. All right, mice poo everywhere. A little bit of mold on the steering wheel right here. Seat's a little bit torn up, but what do you expect for sitting in a barn for nearly 50 years and mice getting to it? All right, so it's a mess in here and it smells like a rat. So after we wash it up, we'll start on the interior and get this cleaned up. Let's pop the hood and see what we got going on under there. That opened nice. Oh, look at that. Oh my God, there's mice in there right now. There's mice in there. Hey bud, I'm not gonna hurt you. There he goes. Other than them living in there, it actually is really solid under here. No rust on the firewall or on the top of these wheel wells. Motor looks really clean. It doesn't look like this motor is gonna take much to get running. Sorry guys. All right, now let's look in the trunk and see if we got any little guys to evict in here. Let's see what's in here. We got ourselves a little rat's nest. Hey, look at this. Coke can, dude. The cans don't look like that anymore, that's for sure. I wonder what year this can is. High C, Red Punch. Look at that, dude. That's an oldie too. A bunch of little stuff from just back in the day using oil and some other lubricants, some other fluids that are in some pretty old cans. It's kind of cool. But other than that, pretty solid. There's not really any rust or rot going on at all under here. All right guys, so we looked over the car and as you know, it's filthy. So now I'm really excited to start on the wash process and see what this paint looks like and see if we could shine it up, because after we get this washed and cleaned, I'm gonna polish this paint and see how much we can get it to shine. I'm really trying to surprise the guy when we drop it off, which I gotta deliver this just in 2 days, so we got some work ahead of us. So enough said, let's get into the detail. See anybody. I did see them running around in my shop, so I know that they're not in here and they are now making home here in my shop, so that's great. So he just completely cut the cap off instead of it all coming through this hole. Figured he'd get a little bit more horsepower, so I gotta cover this up so we don't get any water in it. Soak this all down with some heavy degreaser. All right, we got the exterior of the Dodge all cleaned up. As you knew, it was super filthy, so this is a big transformation already. Now we're gonna go to the paint. We're gonna polish up this paint and polish up all the chrome, like that big bumper up front. Get everything looking as best as we can on the exterior here so we could really surprise the guy. And then once we're finished polishing it all up, we'll get onto the interior and get that cleaned up. All right, so now that I got the exterior all finished up, it's time that we start on the interior. And the interior of this thing is super filthy. We're gonna do the best we can today. Hopefully we can get the seat out. If not, I'm gonna have to leave it in. We're kind of on a time crunch. I gotta deliver this car by tomorrow morning. And today's my birthday, so I got some plans later today. So we gotta get this cracking and going. This car is taking me a little bit longer than expected. You know, we're just getting it cleaned up just so you could see a bigger picture and what he's gonna do next to restore this car. And hopefully we can make a transformation on the inside, because the outside was one heck of a transformation already. I'm excited to show you guys that at the end. So let's get detailing this thing. Ugh. Oh, what in the tarnations? Oh, ugh. All right, so we're back with Tank, the 63 Dodge. We're gonna drop the gate here and show Michael and Mark. It's the first time gonna see it since it's been cleaned, so let's see what you guys think about it.
All right.
Sounds good. Oh, hey, that looks great.
Right?
Yeah.
See the color? I can see it all the way through the trailer.
I know, right? Yeah, you couldn't see through the windows, that's for sure. So we'll get it unloaded and then get a better look at it.
All right.
All right, so we got the car out and we're finally looking at it, but yeah, so here it is.
Wow.
This was all black. And that was black.
Right.
The motor was black. I don't know how you got that much oil on there, or if you're trying to make it not rust.
I didn't want it to rust.
It definitely was not going to rust. Tried to strip it as much as I could so at least you could work on it now.
All right, yeah.
You know, it was on there so thick that I'd spend some time trying.
Way back when, the first time ever I held hands with a girl that turned out to be my wife.
Yeah? Oh,
In
yeah?
a scar.
Oh, really?
And the emblem on the dash, that little black and gold one,
Yeah.
is from a 1949 Dodge
Oh, really?
that my dad had.
Oh, really? That's pretty neat.
That's just a really pretty coat of arms. I wanted in here.
That's awesome.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Work with this.
I can work with this.
Yeah. It's a lot cleaner. Even look at there, actually, they're still hanging out somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
There's still maybe somewhere in here, I guess.
We're
But
supposed to keep them.
I know. They might have jumped back in. It's like, wait, take me with you. Did the best I could with the interior. Like some stains like on the back seat, you know.
Yep.
You know, you can't really do anything with that. The front seat's a little torn up. I just put a blanket over there.
Yep.
I had an Army blanket, so for a Tank it kind of fit well.
Oh, yeah.
So I put that there just so you could sit on it. But, you know, it's old. It's been sitting around, but
Oh, no. But, yeah.
you get it, you know.
I can...
At least now it's you can work
workable.
on it, sit in it and actually, you know, think about driving it one day.
Right?
It's your first time sitting in it in a while?
Yes, indeed. I didn't want to sit on the seat the way it was.
Right?
I'm not going to need a mask to wear, you know, when I work on this now.
I know, exactly, you know, so.
Holy cow. Holy cannolis.
Feel this thing, Rose. Slippery.
Feels better.
I mean,
It
that's...
feels better.
Ever see it that clean?
You know, I know you never had it taken.
I never had it that clean. Look in the glove compartment. See if anything jumps out at you.
I know, right? Hopefully not.
Ah! Did I get anybody?
Got me.
Have enough of change in there to transfer the tire.
Yeah, right? Well, maybe when the car was parked.
Yeah.
The exterior took me 2 long days, and that was like the, you know, and then yesterday I did what I could on the inside.
Right.
Without spending 2 long days, and you know, and remembering that it's not need to be perfect, just needs to be so that we can see it and you can start working on it. And,
Yeah.
You know, and start getting it on back.
Brother, we're
You know.
we're happy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So
Awesome. Well, now we got the international load up, and take that one back to the shop. So let's get to that.
all right.